So it's on a computer, it's not.
Kind of old.
7, yeah.
I've got it.
We have to open the meeting, do the pledge. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah.
Ben Hubb.
Yeah.
Jeff Corpenny.
Here.
Okay, we don't have any guest speakers, do we? Correspondence?
I have some.
Signage.
I don't know who laid this here. Okay. I understand Jeff has been taking orders for the community building. We thought that Don Watkins was supposed to be taking orders and working with the building. What's going on? Should the locks be changed? And was the park committee notified that it was dissolved? Then I got this.
Who's that from?
It's not signed, I guess, Barb, I don't know. And Don Watkins left me a note here also. That the only time the building was rented, I guess this is under community, or park committee, it was laying here. Communications, I guess, I don't know. The only time the building was rented was for an auction on the 8th, and Jeff and Barb opened it and took charge, so one of them should have the building fee. I've had several people have booked it, but I do not have the other key or the calendar, so I hope it is not double booked. That's from Don. I also have some other information I received. The Licking County Planning and Development Department is beginning the process of developing the Licking County's application for the 2014 Community Development Block Grant for small city projects. There's going to be a public hearing on Thursday, February 27th. That's this Thursday at 4 p.m. in the meeting room on the 4th floor. I won't be able to attend that. I don't know if anyone wants to go to that. Did you all receive this, or was it just sent to me? I didn't. I don't know if anybody wants to read over this information and see if you want to go to the meeting. I also received a letter from the Licking County Planning Commission about the new welcome signs that are supposed to go at the edge of the county. They will look like this unless we can change that design there in the middle if we want to. But we need to come up with something and let her know what we want to do, if we want to change it. She said we can change it to something that means something to our area. And she just sent me another email today asking what we would like to do. Do we want to just leave it at the courthouse, or do we want to, this one, it would be a great shot, Brownsville, 40 and 668.
Talked about landfill, maybe ones in our area.
Yeah, they got one up there.
Well, it says 40 and
They
668.
got one down there too. Down 40.
That would be our township.
Well, they got one coming in from Steamman.
Yeah, down across the school.
That's a well, maybe.
I know, but they got a new sign.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there is one out there. I don't see a reason to change it.
What's the person's,
What?
what's the person's name that's sent the letter?
Angela Warner.
What about signs
Gerald.
going into all of Licking County?
That's what he's up.
Because we have sections, you don't even know you're in Licking County.
I think they're just doing the main roads.
Okay, when are we gonna, well, I'll bring it up, because during public meeting, because you're missing signs, so.
Most of them, I mean, Mount Hope's got one, on it.
Small ones are.
I think the middle of the wall got one.
Yeah.
Max Road does it.
I think that's all it does.
You don't even know
Yeah.
Tax Road.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, there's one there in mine. I think there's one on Summer Side. That's about it.
I also have a mileage certificate. They have us down as 23.74. Last year it was 23.77, and the reason for the change is they added the extension for Snedden Road, which is .010, and they vacated Maple Street, which was .040, which made a change of .030. So I just need,
What were the codes again?
it was 2377, we went to 2374. I just need a trustee to sign. Actually, I need all of you to sign it.
I move to accept the mileage certificate as presented.
I'll second.
Does that have to, you just, oh, there's two of them, else. Oh, yeah, because we're supposed to give copy. Do roll call on the motion. Dan,
Yeah.
Ben,
Yeah.
Jeff,
Yes. Copy the same thing.
yes. We'll keep it a copy and we'll send a copy in.
Which street is it closing?
Maple.
That's just one right over here. Oh, okay. I didn't think I'd get ready to do something.
No idea. Commissioner wasn't passed that long. Any other meetings? That's all you have to report?
That's all I have.
Anything else?
Yeah. Anything in correspondence?
Yeah, I do.
Couple things. You don't know. You wanna go?
Sure.
I've got it, I brought my check back again, Dan. You didn't sign it last month. I'd appreciate it if you would, or give a reasonable explanation of why. I have $125 here collected from Howard's Auction Service. I also I made sure you fill out all the forms, front and back, all the rules are followed. I had a receipt book at home, so I wrote him a check, or a receipt out for the $150 he paid. The building was cleaner when he left than when he came. Gave him a receipt to give him back his $25 deposit, so there's that. I think that's it on the correspondence. Are you gonna sign this, Dan, or are you gonna give me an explanation why not?
Been awful busy.
Isn't there 3 signatures already on it?
I had a couple things under
So you,
correspondence.
just to set the record straight, you're refusing, again, this isn't the first time, you're refusing again to sign my payroll check from last month. Is that correct?
Yeah, I believe it is correct, Jeff.
And what's the reason, Dan? I'm owed an explanation.
You know,
Give me an explanation why you don't sign them police checks.
I've always given an explanation any time that I've been questioned on any check that I haven't signed.
You're not worth arguing over.
trying to,
Let's move on.
couple things I had under correspondence. One thing was from the Friends of Bowling Green Township, and I'll just read it. There's a couple things on here that they're asking for. From the Friends of Bowling Green Township, they'd like to request permission to host the 2014 Easter egg hunt. They'd like to hold it on April 19th at 11:30 a.m. or a rain date, if it rains that day, would be April 26th at the same time. If we allow them to host it, they would like to ask for $200 for says retreats, prizes, gifts, stuff for the children. That'll also have to be for eggs. I don't think we have any plastic eggs or anything like that left over, so it'll be for the, I know for eggs, prizes, whatnot, everything's gonna take.
I have some eggs I'll donate. I'd like to get rid
A
of.
lot.
A bag full, I probably have 50 or 60. My kids are too old to hunt eggs anymore, so.
You wanna talk about that one? I don't have a problem with it, if they'd like to host it, I mean, I think it's a good thing for
I don't think so.
the community, so.
Well, in the past, we did have motions on different years to give them $100, $150. All that time, every time that money was actually returned to the funds and then some. So my concern is, you know, are there events planned that are gonna return our monies?
What do you mean by events plan that's gonna return?
Well, in the past, the people that did it, they had auctions, they had raffles and all kinds of various things that they did that recouped money back. And plus everybody involved, including myself, always donated quite a bit. Bake sales and things like that. We always made more than what the
Yeah, I can't answer
committee was
for them.
allotted.
I can't answer.
But they were an actual committee though. This time it's an independent group.
Sure.
There's a difference.
You know, I can't answer for them, but I'm sure that's probably a possibility that if there's anything collected or raised, that they're gonna turn it back into the township.
Is anyone gonna?
Does anybody wanna speak on that?
Me?
On the committee? Nobody?
What? It's a quick comment.
Usually in the past we give them 150. That's what it's been before.
That's what it was last year.
I know that there's no eggs in the closet over there. I looked over there to see what was in there. There's no egg stuff, so that's probably, I don't know, $30, $40 for eggs. Buy 4. I say we let them do it. I don't have a problem with
I
it.
don't have any problem.
Is the time, and the day, what day is Easter on?
Starts at 12, doesn't it? I don't have a calendar that says.
When's Easter?
The 20th.
I don't have a problem with them doing it. I do have a problem with not having an answer on the financial part. What
You
we're
got
doing is-
receipts, Jeff, showing that you got that money back?
Excuse me. Like I said, it is different this time because it was actually township government that did it last time. The committee was a subgroup of our township. This time it's an independent group,
Sure,
so there is a difference.
sure.
So,
And like I said, I can't speak for them, I don't sit on that, on the, you know, the Friends of Bowling Green Township, but I'm sure if there's any money raised, donated, whatnot, then it'll be turned back over to the township. So,
Has he got receipts showing what he's saying is the truth?
I've never seen it.
Have you, Jeff?
receipts of what?
Where you got this money back?
Yeah, it's all in the records. Jenny has that. She has the money that was in the park committee funds, the money that went out of the park committee funds. She wrote a check for it.
We're squabbling over something we're gonna do, it's gonna be positive for the community, for the kids of the community. You know, I think we're looking
I
at
don't
it a
know who's
different way here.
squabbling. I'm not squabbling.
I'd like to make a motion that we allow the Friends of Bowling Green Township to host the 2014 Easter egg hunt on April 19th at 11:30 or a rain date of April 26th.
Well, he can't, if you're worried about the money all covered, Jeffrey, if you don't get it back.
I'd also like to add in there that we go ahead and allow up to $200 for treats, prizes, gifts, eggs, whatnot. If need be, I'll take the money and I'll purchase the stuff. If they give me a list, I'll purchase it. If you have a problem with them putting the money in their hands.
Okay, so the motion was made to allow the Friends of Bowling Green Township to host the egg hunt on April 19th with a rain date of April 26th, and also to allow them to use $200 for eggs and candy. Is there a second to the motion?
No, I'll second. If you need any more, I'll donate $20 too. We'll cover it, Danny, we'll cover it. That's all he's worried about.
Roll
He's
call,
worried
Dan,
about the money.
Ben,
Yes.
Jeff,
No,
One other thing that was on here says, also on March 22nd or 29th, I assume it was 2014, a free chili cook-off for the community, no charge to enter, and free to sample the chili prior to the first place winner that is determined by the people who taste the chili. And I guess that, they're asking for the building for that. It's another community event. I don't have a problem with it if they want to do something like that. You guys have thoughts on it?
Auctioneer I know called and I relayed it to Don and gave him a date. I don't remember what the date was, so we have to make sure that somebody doesn't already have these reservations for these days.
Sure. There's 2 dates on here, so.
And it might be April, I don't remember. It was March or April.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, I'll make a motion that we go ahead and allow them to have a chili cook-off for the community. It's going to be, like I said, no charge to enter. Prize the first place winner on either March 22nd or 29th. We'll check with Don to see if the building's been rented either of those days.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Are there any funds asked for on this event?
There is not. It's on here.
Roll call, Dan,
Yeah.
Jeff,
Yes.
Ben.
Yes. I wanted to do it, but I received a call this morning from a detective from Lincoln County Sheriff's Office. His name is Mike Kreider. He wanted to, I guess, kind of extend an offer to the township or any residents in the township to see if they had any questions for the sheriff's office. They're willing to come out and speak to us if anybody has any questions. If anybody wants to see any statistics, they can get all that for us. If they'd like I said, just to come out and speak on anything, they're willing to do that. Come out and talk. He said, some of the things that people ask for, maybe like numbers of burglaries in the township, any kind of drug cases, any kind of sex offender information. He said any statistics anybody wants, they're willing to come out and talk to us. I told him that there was maybe a little interest in doing a community watch program. He said that they have somebody in their office that kind of works with communities on that too. So if we showed interest in any of that, that they could bring somebody out to talk to people about that. Any services that they provide, or if anybody has any questions for them, that they're more than willing to come out and speak to us. So if anybody has any questions, definitely let us know and we'll relay it.
Is that something you need to contact them, or should one of us that are interested?
I can give you his contact information. He didn't say not to give it out. He said that he would like to attend a couple more meetings a year at least, just to,
I'll get it after the meeting.
Sure.
Thank you.
Definitely. That's all I had under correspondence. So if anybody has any questions or anything, let me know and I can call him, email him, or give you their contact.
I do. I got a question.
Okay.
When you call them, why didn't you ask them, once again, how a trustee can put, about 10, what was it, 10 or 18 people, driving license with the social security number on the internet and get by with it? And the trustee is Jeff Cortez.
Be a good question for you.
Because I called everybody so far, nobody, the prosecutors pray to Jeff for some reason, where they don't want to do nothing. I'm sick of it. I don't like my ID, my social security number up on that, because if we press charges to get accepted. And he needed charges pressed against him at that time. So for me, press a charge against someone, I gotta pay for it with my driving license on the internet. I bet you he'd like his wife's driving license everywhere, would he? Or his kids. That's all I gotta say. I think that's a legal thing there. I say impeach him.
You got any correspondence, Jeff, or just?
Already did it, Dan.
Alrighty. Safety, we got the lights fixed on the truck.
Yeah, that's pretty good. No, we're gonna send it in. Did you get a bill from Taylor?
No.
Oh, so the bill for sender.
500,
That's for 2 rooms.
that was 100.
Okay. There'll be another one. There's one more to get it there, take another one, so.
Capability, let's see. Zoning.
Yeah, I have a question. A resident called me, they wanna put 2 roofs on their house, they also want a pole barn. So my question is, do I charge them for 2 permits, or is it 1 permit? Cause it's all on the same property.
They wanna do, this.
They wanna put a cover over their deck,
Okay,
and they wanna put a cover over another, like a lean-to, attached to their garage to put their camper under, and they wanna build a pole barn for their lawnmowers and four-wheelers and things of this nature. So the question is, I mean, I know the lean-to and the deck would be considered one because they're adding on to one structure, but they also want a pole barn, so would I charge them for 2 or 1?
here's a question to that, the deck's already there,
Yes,
so they're not adding any more square footage.
correct, except for on the other side, where the barn is. I mean, the garage is, they wanna add a lean-to.
So the one that they wanna put a roof over the deck, they're not adding any square footage to the
No,
house.
no, it's just straight
Is
up.
there a permit required for that?
No, for that, no.
So they're asking for a permit for the lean-to.
The lean-to and the pole barn. So would it be 1 permit or 2? Because I guess if you classify it, if they don't.
The pole barn, is it agricultural?
No, because it's just for their lawnmowers and their kids' toys and four-wheelers, things of that nature. But I mean, I guess if they did not connect the lean-to to the house, it would be considered a movable structure, so that they wouldn't really even need a permit.
Yeah. I don't know that, I don't know.
But it's on you guys, 1 or 2?
I just say they're gonna do it all this summer,
Yes.
just do one if they're
One.
gonna do it at the same time, yeah.
Do the 100 for rebuild or add-on, or do a 150 for new construction?
I just, cause they're doing it.
Because they're doing a pole barn.
I'd say just do the new construction for the pole barn and let that cover the other one too.
Okay.
Or
Yeah,
I'm
I'd
good
say.
with that, yeah. Yeah, that's enough.
What do you think, Jeff?
I don't think we have any permits we've taken on pole barns, do we?
Excuse me?
Do we have any past pole barns that paid,
Yes.
If they're not agricultural.
They're not agricultural, they pay for it. We don't just let everybody put pole barns up.
What road's that on?
Laurel Hill.
say, follow the zoning the way it's written?
So you don't have an opinion on charging 100 or 150 or 2 permits, is that what you're saying?
I'm saying follow the zoning.
I am following the zoning and I'm asking advice from the trustees because that's your job to assist me when I ask for it.
Well, if they are specifically saying the pole barn is not for agricultural, then I suppose you should be charging a fee for it. If the intention of it is not for agriculture, then it should be
That's what we're
treated as
deciding.
such.
So wait, you're not understanding the question? They have 2 things they'd like to do.
I do understand it.
Should we charge him for 2 permits or do a new build which would cover both?
It's 2 different structures, isn't it?
But it's on one property. We had to pay twice.
I don't know, if they're doing it at the same time.
Well, Dan, wasn't there a point when you did that? Didn't you take 2 out on your same property at the same time?
I was gonna build another building, but I didn't build it.
But you took 2 out for 2 separate buildings.
Took 1 out.
Yeah.
You only took the 1 out, you never took the second one out because you didn't do it. We were ready for it.
Oh, I thought you paid for 2 at the time. At the time, were they like 50 and you paid 100?
I don't remember.
But it should be treated the same way as in the past. You can't do one way and another the other way.
Well, I've never had this issue in the
But
past.
It'd
I
be the
only
same
built
scenario.
one. I never built 2.
but you would have paid the permit to
Well,
do
that's
it,
my-
whether you did it or not.
Well, when Dan came to me also on the second bill, it was beyond his 2 years. See, only the permits are good for 2 years. You see,
So are you saying you applied one to the next?
he applied for one, and then he came back and asked for a renewal.
So you
But he
just-
didn't need it because he was finished. Because his 2 years was up. He's never asked for 2 permits on the same structure at the same time. Nobody has. This is my first time. That's why I brought it up.
My,
These are two separate structures you're talking about now, right?
He wants to put a lean-to on the garage, and he wants to build a pole barn.
Two separate structures. Lean-to is not part of the garage or connected to the pole barn, right?
He wants to add the lean-to to the garage and build a pole barn.
The pole barn won't be connected to either of those other structures, correct?
I couldn't tell you if he wants to connect them. I'm telling you what he asked me. I just wanted your opinion, but I got 2 of my advisors.
If it's two separate buildings, it should be two separate permits. That's how you did it with Dan, that's how you should do
I
it.
did not do it with Dan that way. Please don't make statements that are false.
if he's doing the same time, my opinion is charge him one. Charge him-
The 150
charge him
new
the new bill,
structure.
yeah.
That's common sense.
Okay.
I'll second.
I didn't make a motion.
No.
I have nothing.
Okay. Unfinished business.
Oh, there's no. I might have some time about it. We'll do it on.
Well,
Go ahead.
whatever, but you know, it only existed in one.
You're right.
Well,
Yeah, give me that.
are we gonna be getting a report like we did from Don every month then?
I just gave you the report.
I know, is that gonna be the norm then?
Well, if he actually gets to take over, it sounds like you and Barb opened it up.
Now,
and-
Barb wasn't there, I did.
Okay, so why?
The man called me. Apparently you never talked to Barb and apparently they haven't been notified. I don't think Barb wrote that. No, there's no name on it, but I don't think that was
It's not
hers.
in there. It's in there.
I don't think she wrote that.
Okay, did you know the park committee was dissolved?
Yes,
So,
I was at the meeting.
and you didn't tell Barb?
Were you at that meeting? I don't recall. Were you there?
Yes, I was there.
I think that-
haven't missed a meeting recently.
Weren't you going to contact the members of the park committee? Wasn't that
Yes, I
so?
was.
She
but
didn't ask
also,
you that. She asked me to talk to
Don't
Barb.
you know that the park committee was dissolved?
Yeah, that's never been a
And
question.
you
I was
didn't
here.
tell Barb, because I know, I'm sure you've talked to her.
When the auctioneer needed a key, I went to Barb and I got the key.
And did you tell
And
her
I gave
at
it to
that
the auctioneer
time?
and I let him in.
Did you tell her at that time that
You
the
don't
park
have your own
committee
set
was
of keys to
dissolved?
that building?
I do have my own set of keys to that building.
So,
When we
you,
rented the
so
building,
you
the
have the
person
keys, you have the keys from Barb for that
I do,
building?
yes.
You do. They're here tonight.
They're on my keychain.
So you have 2 sets of keys.
I do, and I'm keeping them both too.
I'd like
If
them-
somebody needs in
no.
that building,
I'd like to see the extra
Change
set.
the locks.
Here.
you can make another copy if you need it.
I'd
I'm
like to
gonna
see the extra
have
set
2
here.
copies, because if I need to use mine to let somebody in there, I'm still gonna have one. Because it's always been.
You don't leave the key with that person.
Yes, you do. It's always been done that way.
You do?
Why would they
Should
do it
be.
if Dawn is in charge of it?
People all the while have wanted in a day before to set up for an event and that type of thing.
Shouldn't they be
They've always
contacting
done
Dawn?
it. They've always been given the key, whether it was Don giving the key or Barb when it was the park
Barb
committee.
ain't got nothing to do with it no more.
Yeah.
I didn't say she did.
So you have the keys. Do you have the calendar that Barb was using? That's public record for the township.
I have a box in my car.
Okay.
When I picked up the key and found out that nobody had contacted her, I said, Barb, what do you have? Put everything in a box. I want it so you don't have the responsibility of that anymore.
Can I see all that?
It's in my other
Can you-
unit. What I do have is a box.
Can I see all that information?
Yeah, I plan on bringing it all down here, but the actual minutes, before I bring it down, I personally want to get a copy of all the meeting minutes before I do. And then I'll bring it down here, have what whatever you want.
We'll make sure all that information gets put on the table, because I don't see it.
That's not a problem at all.
And I'd like to see the extra set of keys, which would be.
It's on my key ring, it's a key.
I'd like one hung in the lockbox out there that you put on the wall. That's where the
There's
extra
probably,
keys need to go.
there should be one there already,
That's where
but
the extra keys need to go.
there should be one there already. At that time, there was an extra key to each building, there was a backup key to everything.
So
It was left unlocked, I don't
Do you,
know.
do you have the calendar that she was using previously? Is that in that box?
Yeah, it's probably in the box.
So it is?
Yeah, I haven't gone through the box.
Okay, well, I'd like to see that too. So, she turned over everything to you.
She sure did. I insisted on it. I don't want her having that burden.
Okay. Well, just to clear up the waters here, so everybody knows, everybody on camera, everybody in here, it's gonna go on the website. As of January 1st, 2014, we appointed Don Watkins in charge of the community building.
Yes.
So anybody that has any questions about rentals or anything like that, please call Don. His phone number is 787-2778.
Why didn't he do that?
He'll be glad to help you. So nobody needs to call
They need to change it.
any previous park committee members. If they want to call us and have questions, that's fine. But we need to relay all the rentals so we don't cross paths here. We're not going to double book anything.
That's exactly what I did. The auctioneer said he wanted it, like I told you, I don't even remember the date. Actually, it was Sandy I talked to, it wasn't Don.
Yeah. We wrote the receipt for the 6th of February, which was after the 1st of 2014. So all that information should have got relayed to Don.
Why didn't you tell the auctioneer to call Don? Because he's in charge of it now.
Boom.
If somebody calls me and needs assistance, I'm gonna help.
Let's change the lock.
I did
All
exactly-
the locks.
The President Van Buren,
We've always
you
done that.
told me, Mr. Van Buren, you said you wanted to do it the way it's in the past. You said someone would call, if they called you, you said you just call Don and let him know. That's exactly what I did when the auctioneer said he wanted this additional one.
I don't think
So I'm
that's
doing
true.
it, I'm doing it the way that you've instructed to do it. If somebody needs in there, I'm gonna let him in there.
I think even in the past, before the park committee was formed.
I don't have a problem with one of us going down there and letting him in. If
Exactly.
Don has something to do, that's great. Let's go down there and let him in. But as far as rentals or anything, we don't need to book anything. Don's gonna take care of that. We don't need to say, yeah, you can have it this date. Well, lo and behold, it's already been booked.
I don't tell anyone they can have it until I know if it's open or not.
You don't tell them, period.
You didn't
Sorry.
talk to any of them.
So
Nobody's
just to
gonna
clear up
tell
the
me
waters,
nothing
if anybody
about
has
my
any
business
questions,
with-
call Don.
You did.
That's all there is to it.
Boom. Liar.
Wait a minute. These minutes, he's so anxious to talk. Why? And why don't he bring them down here so everybody can look at them before he copies them?
So we can change it.
He can change anything he wants. And you guys need to get him, no, call the sheriff or something, say, you want those minutes. If not, tell the prosecutor. He don't have no business changing those minutes without you other two trustees.
I'm bonded just the same as any other elected official at this stage.
Yeah.
So you can make up your conspiracy theories all you want, Ron.
No worries, Ron. All that stuff will be down here within the next 7 days. All the information, the park committee, and the keys. It'll all be right here. We'll do it.
He's got to leave because he wants to do something with his money.
Did you have anything to
But
before
there's
we go
just,
on?
it just doesn't make sense, Ron. It wouldn't make any sense at all.
Couple other things.
All colors.
A couple other things I had under unfinished business. The water softener got put in the community building, so we can check out off the list.
Ben, who did that? Would you share that with us?
Myself, Jack, and Donnie.
Thank you, guys.
It's been an afternoon.
Did you test the hardness of it when you did do it?
Test the hardness.
Yeah, determine which softener to purchase.
Sure.
Are your concerns done now, Dan, with the bacteria and the shocking? You're not, you don't have concerns?
Yeah, it's done. It's in. It's going to take a little bit of time. We don't use the water that much in here or over there, so hopefully, give it a little bit of time. It should clear that stuff up.
Yeah, it looks a lot better, smells a lot better up here. Was every last night? Good.
A couple other things. The new lights up here. We had a resident ask about those a couple times. Up here in that gravel lot, and then also the one by the church building have been replaced. AEP took care of that. As far as I know, we didn't get a bill for it. There should be AEP owned lights.
They are.
So those new lights are in. Another thing that was brought up last meeting was about an aerobics class being held in the community building over there. Having a resident from the community host that, put that on. I spoke with the prosecutor. She referred me to our insurance company, so I called our insurance company, gave them a rundown of the scenario of what wanted to happen there. They came back and they said they weren't real happy with it. If that person wasn't licensed and they were not carrying their own liability insurance, that they weren't real happy with it. So they suggested that we don't do that unless that person is willing to carry their own liability insurance and have forms that we want to sign off in case something were to happen.
Did they put their opinion in writing to?
They did not. I talked to the gentleman on the phone. I'd like to call and talk to him. So. That's it. Another thing is unfinished business.
Just listen to that.
I don't think so. I'll talk to her.
Do you know if she has that, or if she has what her credentials are or anything?
I do not, but she said that she wasn't licensed or trained or anything like that. So. But I'll speak with that resident and kind of tell him what we found out. So. At this point, I would just kind of take no action on that. Another thing was the trash. It's still on the agenda here. I talked to the prosecutor on, I believe it was the 13th. CMI had till the 12th to respond. As of the 13th, there was no response that was turned in. Assistant prosecutor advised me that they were going to enter a default judgment against CMI. That's the last I've heard. She said she would keep me updated when she hears something. Keep it on. That's all I have.
I looked at that online today and there was no update. I think there's been an update in at least a couple weeks online with the court view.
Okay, new business.
Weather breaks here, I know. Hopefully next month we can get some days that are up in the 50s and sunshine, and we're going to be out filling potholes. So I know there's tons of them out there. We got to get some nice, halfway warm, sunshiny days for that stuff to really work. So just work with us, be patient. We'll get out there as soon as the weather breaks.
Speaking of weather breaking, when it does, can you guys put the flower pots back together out
Yes.
front?
Yes. They got kind of hard to see.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yep, we'll get that all cleaned up. So maybe we'll do a cleanup day up in the park or something. Definitely.
Okay, public comment?
We have a
Yeah.
couple people here. Okay.
Okay.
I got a couple. First thing I want to thank the trustees, Don, Danny, and I want to thank the workers, and the roads open, through this winter. I've been to a couple places even in town, their roads wasn't even half as good as that out here. I really appreciate you guys for what you did, everything else. Dang on the shame we could give you a gift certificate, something for a bit. Out of my heart, I thank you, because without what these roads, it's hurt. Second thing is, my guy's truck, he got a citation because of that bridge. Well, I think it's kind of unfair to Big Ed, because the way I look at it, somebody has to call that for me. And, if the city of Newark or Lincoln County is gonna fix these bridges for about 6 months or even longer, who knows, because they always keep saying they don't have the money. This guy's gotta back up from, Bill King's occurred to, Jonathan or Kathy's.
Jonathan.
Yeah. I mean,
I spoke with.
you guys need to get on their ass.
Right. I spoke with the engineer on that. I think I talked about it last month a little bit. They told me the one on Somerset, they're going to try to have replaced next month,
Yeah.
in March. The one over here on Cherry Hill will be June or July. He said probably lean towards July, they'll have it fixed, replaced, whatever they're gonna do to it. I kinda brought that up about that trash truck. He said that he had heard about it. He kind of expressed that he was unhappy about it.
Yeah, I am too, 'cause
Right.
is it Mr. Orpenny who took them in?
And he said that the engineer's office, when they put a weight limit on bridges or close a road or whatever, they actually employ one of the deputy sheriffs they assign him to areas like that. And they had taken a report that the guy was crossing over that, so they had a truck out there and caught the guy doing it.
Well, they never done nothing to the bus driver.
Bus driver doesn't go over that
Not
road.
now, not now.
She has not gone over that road since they said
I
it.
know she did go over it. When she went over that bridge once or twice, I do know that.
No, she has never.
Well, Barb, you can say
No,
what you
no,
want.
I can say it for a
remember
fact, no. She turns around in Phil
Okay,
King's
I know
driveway.
that now.
She has not crossed that. When they said no, she has not crossed it.
She hadn't crossed it
When
since
those
the
signs
sign
came up
was-
there, she has not crossed it.
That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah, they haven't crossed it since they put the signs
Right,
up.
she has not crossed it. I know that for a fact.
Stop jumping the gun, what I'm trying to say.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, that's what I found out. Back to the first thing. You know, we appreciate it. You know, the positive comment about the snow removal. I know sometimes we get behind. We try to do what we can. And I'll tell you what, it makes me feel good. And I've kind of relayed this to Danny. I've actually had other townships tell me that they're impressed on how, I guess, how much we take care of our roads in the wintertime, how often we are out there plowing or cindering or whatever. You know, I know we can't keep our eyes on everything. When I do take calls, I mean, I thank everybody that calls. It takes a community to keep their eyes out there and definitely help us out. So if anybody sees a problem area, definitely feel free to call and we'll get out there. Any other public comments?
Yeah, we all know about this alley situation in Linville, well, most of us do. A vacated alley, it had been vacated. I'm here tonight to go on record and request a couple things from the trustees, secretary. We've researched records, that hadn't showed us anything, and I do appreciate that. That took a lot of time. It's my understanding, as I've been told by former trustees, official, that all of the alleys in Linville were vacated some years ago, with the exception of one. I have nothing in writing to back this up. However, it stands to reason that it's been vacated because it's never been maintained. It's never been signed, as I call it. I have been responsible for it for almost 20 years, and prior to that, my in-laws for over 40 years. If it is an active alley, the township has been receiving money to maintain it.
We never received money for that, have we?
That would tell the story right there.
When you said Linville, you mean Brownsville.
Linville, downtown Linville.
So which road are you talking?
I can't tell you the name of the alley, there is no name, there is no number, but it's 10642 is the address. I have the golf cart shop there, it divides that from the residence to the east. I have been responsible for maintaining it for quite some years. My point is that the township's been receiving money for it, fine, it's an alley. If you haven't, then that just concretes what I'm saying here now. It has been vacated, abandoned, call it what you want. If
Is
it,
that showing up on, do you have that list with you that we
It's
see?
not, it wasn't
It's
stated
not
on there,
itemized.
but it's
well,
not.
we've got maps showing all these little alleys in Linville, but it's worthless because they've been abandoned. They
Yeah,
still
but
show
I
up
think
on the
you
map
missed
as the one in question does.
Right.
This is worthless.
I don't know if they're on our mileage list though, that's what we gotta find out, if it's on the mileage list.
We don't, they're not on the mileage.
You might have a map, but it doesn't mean we're getting the mileage.
And that's what he's saying. He wants to see if we are or aren't.
If we don't get this resolved, it's gonna be a bigger fish for all of you to
Yeah.
fry. This is just a little problem for me, but I can see down the road, you're gonna have to deal with a lot more shit, or crap. But anyhow, if indeed it has not been vacated, if you have been getting money for it, it is an alley, then I request that it be abandoned, vacated, whatever. Do what you gotta do, let's get this thing shut down. There are some lies been told to gain access to this And this really rubs me the wrong way. I see intent going on here that is not good. And I'll say no more at this point. We need this thing vacated. I need it vacated. Abandoned.
Does Jenny have all the information already? You've been working with her? Or?
I sent her an email with my questions in an effort to achieve a status of the alley. And she's got that email.
I think they have to go to the county to vacate that.
There's a process to go through, but we gotta find out whether it's on there to start with.
Well, the new homeowner's lawyer has told me I must move a particular item that I didn't know was in an alley. Because when Mr. White gave me the zoning permit, no problem, this is an abandoned alley. You can build your building here, no problem. Oh really? So now they're telling me I have to move this box. I don't know where to move it to because I don't know exactly where the alley's at, if it is an alley. So I'm under a time frame here. I've got a threat from this lawyer. I'm gonna go to court on this matter. I need some answers. My request went into you guys about a month ago, and tonight I got an answer on one of the questions.
Is this the one that Barb had brought us last month?
Yes.
This is that one?
Are there roads itemized on our
They
file?
were, but they did not send that this last time. I got all the.
She told, they told you that they talked to me when?
They told me that they talked to you when they first moved in.
They
that
don't
were-
live there.
Right, no, when they first moved, they're not even living there yet?
No,
Is there any of them?
See, when I went there, they were unloading and unpacking
They all
everything.
have numbers.
there's no one living
They
there.
all have.
No one has driven on that driveway that they can't get in and out of since we've had all these bad snows. How the hell do they know they can't get in and out? They've not driven on it.
Right.
Just more untruths.
Well, I went to the house and they were there and unloading all kinds of stuff. And they told me that they have the right to use that according to their attorney, their real estate attorney, all these people, it's an active alley. But I went to the planning commission. Planning commission said, it is an active alley, but we don't get paid for it, and they don't understand why the alley's still active.
Huh.
You say-
Bennett's Alley's the only one that is, I mean, yeah, Bennett, right?
Barrett.
Barrett,
So
yeah.
maybe that explains why they went off of Barrett Alley and put in a
No, he,
thousands and thousands of tons
He
of
said-
gravel to build a driveway.
I will allow you to go so far. Now, there's a section from, it's kind of hard to, on the road going up to his place, there's his, this goes up to his
Yeah, I got it
house.
right here.
Okay?
Yeah.
There's a small section right here
60 by 27.
that they can get through.
Mm-hmm,
That's where he told them they could go through.
mm-hmm.
But they came all the way up here. They tore his yard up. So there's another lawsuit
Yeah,
already.
well, and I don't, this is going off the subject. I want the alley vacated, abandoned, I don't know what to call it.
They,
But I
according
don't
to the
like-
planning commission, the engineers, there was some kind of mistake and that road should have been vacated, but it was not. And it's the only one in Linville that is still highlighted as use.
If that's the case, then it will be
Barrett,
on
no,
our
Barrett's
file.
is Barrett's.
Right,
I'll have-
It's right next to
right,
it.
right, so there's the two in Linville.
Can you leave
Yeah,
your name and
just two.
number, sir, so I can?
323-2858, Jim Lusk, L-U-S-K,
323, I'm sorry.
2858.
Let us look back at the actual road mileage that we get every year and see if there's anything assigned to that.
There's not.
You know, I don't know if there is. There's not a name on it, so the only thing that'd be on there would be a number, if there's anything.
There ain't no number.
Right, so that's gonna be concrete evidence to you if there is nothing.
Are you saying that Barrett is showing up on our mileage, but it's the only one? in
Yeah, that's
Linville?
all I want.
Only for a small section, yes.
But it's the only one in Linville, Barrett.
You know, if
Yes,
there's
all the
one-
rest were vacated except for the one in
We got
between
two.
his house and his mother's, right?
Mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law's house, which
Mother, same day.
it hasn't been maintained. We haven't maintained it, because he even said that, nobody has been through there.
Right.
He's laid all the gravel, he's done everything.
Yeah, well, bear in mind, if this thing is still active and belongs to the township, you owe me some money for all that gravel and snow.
Right.
And I will give you a bill.
Right,
Hopefully, I don't take it long to get it settled. Okay,
alright,
we beat that.
I'll work with you, we'll see what we can do.
You got two alleys there. You got the one there going in, goes like that road.
Yeah,
to
that's
the
fair.
top of the hill.
Yeah.
And you come
Yeah,
up there
you
and
got
you
the
make a
one
left.
there in Pleasant Chapel.
Yeah, you go there and make a left on Barrett.
Yeah,
That's all we got.
yeah, that was the only two we got,
It's the only two you
that
have.
I know of.
That's,
Goes up into,
yeah, it's not what the mapping is
Hopewell
showing, and engineers
Township,
are saying.
no, Franklin Township.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah, the annual Route 40 yard sale's coming up here, and I got an email today from Charlotte Divine. They have a committee over there on Route 40 yard sale, and they're having a meeting at the village of Hebron on March 6th at 10 a.m. And I've been going to them for about 3-4 years here, and it's about, pretty good information. So if anybody wants to know anything about the, annual Route 40 sale, it's, you might want to attend that.
What are the days gonna be this year, do you know?
The Route 40 sale, Monday's Memorial Day, it starts Wednesday after that Monday.
Right, okay.
And runs through that Sunday. They have a meeting.
28th through the 1st.
They have a meeting every month, or your annual Route 40 sales over with, so if anybody wants to participate.
What are they usually
Call me and I'll
discussing?
drive you.
What do they discuss at that meeting?
The Route 40 yard sale, any ideas, any input, they try to get more people involved in, communities and it's not, it's just all around, these counties around here,
Sure.
Okay.
What's your date? You're not gonna do it.
March the 6th.
March 6th
Yeah.
at 10.
10, it's a Thursday, yeah, 10 a.m. It's always, at 10 a.m. At, Village of Hebron.
Down in the
Police station, where the police station is.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the other side, yeah.
Okay, anybody else?
You know where the library is, don't you, Dave?
Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
Dave?
Yeah, when you're looking at the signs to put up the entering Licking County, could you please look at Max Road and Openwoods Road coming from Perry into Licking?
Open Woods all.
Open Woods.
Max and Cherry Hill
Is it
signs.
not
will
Openwoods,
take
bank on it.
Midland Oil,
And is it
Mount
Mount Perry?
Hope,
Midland all has it.
Mount Hope, and Shelley Road.
Mount Hope, that's it, not Openwoods, Mount Hope.
No, Shelley's on.
Shelley goes ends at, like Perry County.
Boundaries right there.
Yeah,
Where the
boundaries,
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Hopewell
Yeah,
Indian, the
Shelley
turn?
does.
Shelley did.
Down there by Yost.
I don't know why I keep thinking Openwoods there, Mount Hope,
Yeah.
yeah.
See, that would be county responsibility. That's county, right?
Yeah, it's
I know
county.
Midland Oil.
All right.
Yeah.
We're not gonna have it.
No.
There's no sign,
Yeah, we
on
are.
Max Road,
No.
everybody knows it's Max Road.
Yeah,
No.
back and,
The sign is
Midland Oil.
completely
No,
shredded,
but
and it's
Max
in the
Oil.
tree line.
Yeah, you can't see it at all.
No,
The one that was up on the hill right there.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll look into order a new sign for that.
And people don't know you're in Licking County now.
Do you want them to?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, did you know Perry County is a huge drug lord county? We don't wanna be affiliated with that, do we?
Okay, anybody else?
Yeah, behind you.
Yes.
Okay.
Could you find out for me from somebody why we can't have a second driveway going up to that house trailer
I
down
heard about
there?
that.
The ambulance can't even get to the house. You heard about that? Okay. Right now, it is nothing but mud in the new existing one that you can't even put gravel down because it went ahead and ripped out. And even, across the road, it's a loop and like this and close together. And other people have,
You work with the planning commission on that, right?
they said you have to have so much.
Who'd you work with on that? Planning.
I
Brad.
can't remember your name. Why do you have to have so much room between the two? That's what I don't know.
what is it hurting anybody else in the whole township if there is two ways to go in and turn back out there?
You're talking about like a horseshoe driveway for one property.
Or any kind of driveway where it
Right.
was.
I heard about that. I'll ask. I'll talk to the planning commission and see if they have an answer to that.
They said there has to be so many feet between this one and this one, but what I wanna know is why?
Right.
It's the same property, so why? Why can't they go up that driveway? They can't even park there at all now, not have to park out on the street or across the road, or push the car out.
Are you talking about the one closer to the road? Or
Yes.
Closer, yes. Okay. When the SWAT came.
Yeah,
Yes.
last night they were there,
Yes.
but it's nothing but mud, they can't park anywhere. And
So,
that-
so
to me,
what,
that's
you'd like to move
stupid.
the driveway further west?
I want the driveway where it was
It's right in front
for
of
them. And the other ones be there too, in case, you know, it had to be there, but why can't they go in there and then maybe they could just go on out the other one, or they can come back out that one? Why is it
I don't know
not?
why they would make you have that further east, because you moved it west further away from the other driveway, so it's, I don't understand why.
They said that you cannot have a driveway going to the house trailer where it was. It had to be between the two, and you can't, there's not enough space between this one and this one from both to be there. And I said, you realize now his garage is on the opposite side of the house.
Right.
His door is on the opposite side of the house, and he's driving up the one that we had to put in and going across the front yard. And now he's stuck in the yard and he can't get out.
I'll ask them if that could be moved.
And the whole front yard is tore up.
Yo,
Go ahead.
I wanna know who's gonna have an investigation and come up who stole my Romney sign.
What?
Yeah, somebody stole his Romney sign. You
Somebody
can
stole
see
my
where they
Romney
bent the
sign.
wire, pulling it off the top of it. There's a couple.
It's probably the same guy that stole my election sign.
I call the sheriff. Call the sheriff if you want to know him. I don't even think that's the gender that did it.
Yeah.
Call the
George
sheriff.
Bush did.
I'll see if I can find the answer about that driveway. I don't know.
It's really causing them problems. I saw them out there pushing their car out of the front yard the other day,
Understandable.
several times, trying to get out.
Okay, anybody else?
One thing is that and I don't know why I'm thinking about this, but these people would like to have their exercise group over here. Why can't the people who are part of that group sign a release of liability? And then they can do it. Ask your attorney, because I've had that done in several different
That was
places.
one thing that they had to do, is sign a release. A liability.
Release of liability, and there you go, you can have it.
Wasn't that the question?
But they also, the person that was gonna host it or put it on also had to carry their own liability insurance.
Well, they would carry their own liability insurance, she would, I'm sure.
That's what was stated.
But for herself.
Right, for
But
herself, not for
herself, but
everybody
not for
else.
the people. They sign a release of liability.
That they stated to me, I'm just passing that along, that they wanted
But did your insurance person say they could not sign a release of liability?
to sign a release, and for the person hosting it, that's gonna put it on, to also carry their own liability insurance.
So that host has to have the liability for the people, and then they have to sign off on it?
That's what they expressed.
That's not something.
I see what you're saying,
Confused
but that's
there.
what they expressed.
Yeah, because if I sign up and say, you know, I'm responsible for my own injuries, and everybody in there does, how can you come back and sue somebody?
Yeah.
Or say, you're responsible for me getting hurt?
But you can.
I wouldn't doubt it, yeah, you can.
Doesn't mean.
You're not make a motion to take it. Oh, okay.
Hey, I just read that.
I just wanted to say, I appreciate you guys, somebody helped them with the Easter egg hunt. And I appreciate you offering the donation. If Jeff Portpenny, he didn't want that, I understand, he's concerned about the money. If it gets to the point where it's gonna cause a problem with the township, I will donate that money. Okay, so I just want you all to know that, or Jeff to know, that money, if it's absolutely necessary to be returned as opposed to be donated for the kids, I will repay that.
Jeff could save the township more than $200 by going out and plowing snow.
You guys wanna make your motion to pay bills again?
Yeah, I made a motion to pay.
I already seconded it.
Hold on. Can you read that?
I have a records request for Jeff.
And it's in
Bring
writing.
that tape in.
Are you gonna acknowledge that I called you, Dan? You didn't return my call?
Yeah, I know you called.
Okay. Well, call me again. I will play that for you on the phone. You can get your own answering, recording device. You can record it, do whatever you want. If that's not good enough for you, Dan, then you can get on the internet, sir. And here's the web address. You can go there and you can watch it, you can play it, you can share it, you can do whatever you want with it, Dan.
Question, question. I have a question before you start paying bills.
Hold on. Can you read that for me, Jeff?
Hold it, hold it.
Here's a request that was turned in. It says, Trustee Corpenning, I'm requesting a copy of all township meetings that you have videotaped, including the February 2014 meeting.
All you have to do, Mrs. Bullen, is go to youtube.com/.
I'm making a public
They're all
record
there.
request from a trustee who is videotaping every meeting. I would like a DVD copy of every meeting you have recorded.
Nobody has to give an explanation of why they're asking for a public record.
This is, the fiscal officer handles those, so I'm giving it to her.
Do you have copies
I
of
don't
that?
have those records.
I've got nothing.
You're the one that records them.
I told you how to see them. And
That's
what
okay,
it
my
is.
attorney
No,
said, no.
but they're changed.
No, my attorney said, it's in writing and it's been verbally and it's done.
He alters all of them on
And
the
it's
internet.
all- It's all there for you.
Okay,
already.
question.
It's a-
No.
Public comment again, too.
Got one more. Okay.
We already
so-
have a second to pay bills, or we.
No, I asked if they could hold a question. Now, here's my question. So, if Mr. Corpenning calls and asks me for a public record, can I read that
Don't be
public
putting me on
record
your
to him?
camera.
Since he records everything, he now has documentation of that record, correct? If I read it directly to him. Am I correct? That is not, is that not what he just said? He told you guys to look it up, or call him and he will let you hear it, right? But you asked to see it. You want it, right? Right here. You can record me all you want.
It's right there.
Okay,
You
go
can,
on.
if you've got internet access,
Am I
type it
right?
in and look at it right
I
now.
can call him and say, da 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 da, there's your public records request.
What if somebody doesn't have internet access?
I do
Am
not
I
have
correct?
internet access. I have to go to the public library.
Jeff, I'm curious, what if somebody doesn't have access to the internet? But if you made a copy, they could watch it.
Then
That's exactly right.
show up in
No comment, no answer, nothing like that?
You're falling right in his hands, guys. Don't argue with him.
Yeah.
Take it to court. You're good.
I'd like to thank you, man, for reading that out loud.
Hey, don't touch,
What else you do, punch in the
don't be
face?
touching my stuff, people.
Hey!
Hey,
Go ahead.
I'd like to thank you, man, for reading that to everyone. Since, yeah, so, then, I can't believe that the trustee would want to read something that you have to do.
would you not push me in the room, please?
Nobody's touching you.
Yes, she is.
I think we have one more.
I'm trying to tape the meeting, ma'am.
Hey Jeff, I'm gonna tell you right now, I repo cars. And I've been recorded repoing them, and law enforcement said that it better not show up on the internet, because I don't want recorded. So you better not show me up on that internet.
This
I
is
will
called a
take that
public
to
meeting, sir.
Yeah.
It's a public meeting,
Wrong answer.
and I'm being blocked from accessing the ability to tape it here by these two people.
Your tape's running.
About make it 3. Shut the door and shut him in there.
Okay, I have been not only blocked access, but they have quarantined me in this room.
Anybody got the key?
And there we have our president not doing anything about this.
I got my camera here, my phone. It's got a flashlight on.
And here's our elected officials.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. My name's Jeff Corp. I'm an elected official in Bowling Green Township. I have been shoved into a room. I'm trying to videotape a meeting legally.
You need the sheriff's office?
Well, I need to report this because this is not legal.
What's the address you're at?
At the Bowling Green Township Community Building in the meeting hall. They've moved away from the building now. I think I can get out of the room. But it's not...
Okay, well, you got the address there?
It's next to the community park. I don't have that address on me. I think I can get out of the room now. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me get you to the sheriff's office. What's your phone number you're calling from?
It's a cell phone. I don't know the number. Can you...
You don't know your phone number?
No, it's my wife's number.
Okay, hold on just a minute. Don't hang up.
I won't. I do want to press charges.
It took 2 or 3 trips out there to say the ditch was straight enough to hit. He can't even have a driveway.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I help you?
What was that, Mike?
He was already there. On National Road, said he was shoved into a room, but people wouldn't let him out.
Still there.
But there's somebody touched on that
I'm
space.
still rolling because I'm able to get out.
There's nobody touching. And the one going.
He walked in there.
They said there's none of us that can be on. So, if that. He says we shoved him in that room. No, he's contemplating. Because he said we shoved him in that room. Didn't nobody shove him in that room. Yeah.
Okay, I'm township trustee. We're having a meeting.
The driveway, leave the driveway for rent.
Several people showed up.
It's right like this. Don't go far enough to
They ended
get
up
to here.
shoving me into a
They
room.
still.
Nobody shoved him in the room. He walked in there.
To be legal.
I need to answer the court.
This
Yes, I do.
It's even on the recording. And they made rip it out.
I don't know, man. It's the Bowling Green Township Community Building. It's the Bowling Green Township Community Building. We're having a meeting.
There's not enough there.
We're still here, but I'm not out of the room.
Yeah.
So I haven't been able to return the table yet to finish our township business. I'm checking in. I can now get out of the room. So I'm going to attempt to go over the table here and finish the business.
And they pulled across the front yard so that they can get to here. Because there's here's where he got permission from them that it was really, really stoked. But we just it's frozen. Well, now that it's frozen, but they said it's gonna be this many feet. So I said, put it right. I know it's a real thing. So your ambulance pulls up, and even if they were then you still, it's been a field too long. Right? And they can't pull up the house, and they can't pull in the driveway.
I don't know that.
I think it's making them then they're gonna have to walk through all this. They're gonna have to walk through this line. All the driveway had to be straightened off and they put in a pile there. We had to prove that they could not go through there. They said it was somebody got hurt across that driveway. Why? It's my property.
Yeah.
So,
They've had a problem with me
to make a
before,
horseshoe
yes.
driveway, they probably say, well, you can't use this piece, because then that would keep these people from being able to get out when they're, or something, I don't know. But maybe it could come up and around and right side. Make it work.
Was the meeting adjourned?
Yeah.
Where's the checks?
So,
I'd like to see the checks and have a chance to sign the
I'm
checks.
not in charge of them, Jeff.
right now, there's no driveway to
Should have been
this.
at the meeting.
I mean,
The meeting was
it's,
adjourned, you're saying?
It's actually, it's, I know because
and a woman, I assume it was for the lady living there, that COP, because Bill wasn't there. I called Bill and said, where are you? He said, he's in Zanesville, he was at the hospital with somebody.
Dan,
And I said, oh,
was the
everybody's
meeting
at your
adjourned?
house.
Yes.
Call and see what's going on. Because if they're out at your house and then there's been there a while. So I didn't even ask him.
Obviously, he doesn't
anything,
understand
because
speech.
today was so hectic, I didn't even have a chance to ask him. Was it her? Was she okay? Nothing.
Cops coming,
Looked-
they are.
It looked like the sheriff and a squad and somebody else. It looked like three.
Usually it's that we call it change truck. If the weather's bad, it's a whole right now with it.
I thought I saw them go by and then maybe come back or something.
Well, the weather's decent, we have two of them. One is to help spot an address and come away.
Well, I bet they had a hard time trying to figure out where the driveway was.
And they did, they called me and asked me some field time.
Yeah.
The next day.
It's really bad.
You better not be recording me, sir. I'm gonna tell you what.
There's not enough feet between this culvert.
Best thing
where
to
they
do is
call
pick
it
that
west.
thing up.
And I don't
mile
understand
away.
why
Where would,
other people have horseshoe driveways and there's not that many.
Oh, my God.
where would 250 take you to, do you think? 250, how many feet? Would it go way past this rock?
It would go over here
Would
somewhere.
it go way down?
There's
Because you had to go 250.
there's only 100.
I thought I would buy some pipe. But pipe. From the one pipe, long, yes. From the day. Gonna level the whole thing. I was that against the law?
No, they said the pipe had to be pulled out of the
Are you?
ditch.
So you wanted to fix your front yard?
So you mow.
Yeah. Well, you don't got the distance.
She said if it was moved clear down here somewhere, and he came in over here, I said he wants to come in at the garage.
Yeah. So, like here's your driveway, so you need to go 250 between this driveway and this driveway.
And